Okay, this is the super lifter from Flow, the company that makes the Flow hives. We're going to use this our second time today to convert this hive to summer. Put the Flow Super on it as well. So here we go. All right, here we go. First thing I'm going to do is give them a little bit of smoke, let them know we're coming. Then we'll start removing the stuff, move the little lid thing here, and then we're going to remove the winter cover. And then I'm going to remove this thing, which is full of ants. That's the feeder for when we use syrup, which we do in the early spring. Let the bees get off of that. There's not that many on there. Okay, before we start, we're going to look at the honey box. Anyway, we're going to see, make sure we don't have any brood up in the honey in this box. I don't think we will, because this hive is pretty small. Yeah, there's a bee right there. It's got pollen on her. That's kind of unusual to be up that far high in the hive. Oh yeah, lots of pretty honey and some nectar, and no brood so far. Brood up in here. Yep. So we know we got to do the same thing we did on the kitchen hive, and that's go get a queen excluder to put on here to keep it to keep the queen from crossing. So I'll go on across here and make sure. Well, there's a lot of bridge comb between these two boxes. Yeah, there's a lot in here. Just looking, I don't want to see the queen. This tells me that the lower box maybe have been at one point honey bound. Yeah, that one's okay. So there's not much brood, but there is a little bit. A lot more bees in here than I thought. Yeah, none over here, so it's all full of nectar. So we're okay. I think we're okay. So we're going to cut and go get the queen excluder. This is the second time I've used this thing, so okay. So we got those screws, and now we go to put this screw here on this side, and this screw here on this side. And then as we raise it, it allows the box to I don't know if you'll notice, but the box here is cracked open, so we can more easily get it open. So I'll probably this time have to do a little bit of a maneuvering to get it broken loose. But then, there we go. That's awesome. At this point, I'd like picking up frames. We're going to look in here and just see what we have. Oh yeah, lots of honey already on here. Lots of nectar. So that's probably what happened. She didn't have room to lay in, and so she moved up a little bit because they were eating and consuming that up there in the middle box. We'll look at a few of them. I'm not going to go too deep. Oh yeah, there's lots of bee bread in there. I'm sure you can't see it. So hopefully we'll start seeing brood. Oh yeah, goodness gracious, this is a pretty high, or pretty frame right here. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I'm only going to go a frame or two. I want to make sure we have young or larvae in it, young larvae. Okay. Yeah, there's young larvae in there. Oh yeah. So we're in good shape. So we're going to put this thing back together and then put the flow super on top. Yeah, they're blowing Nazanov down in there now, so. Okay. So now we just lay this back down, and again it lays down with the point on this side, and allow the bees to smoke the bees and get them down inside, which we'll do now, because we don't want to squish any more bees than we have to. It's the way we like to do it. Okay. And now it's down. And now we're going to lower it. And the way you lower it's pretty simple. You just roll these legs up. And when we do, this comes off pretty easy. And take this up off the top, and we're done, ready to move on to the next one. Got to put the beetle trap on, although I don't think there's much problem in this hive with beetles. So you just pop this thing down inside, and then just add some vegetable oil into it. The beetles crawl into it and die. Okay, the next thing we'll do is put the inner cover on top, then put the flow tame on top, and then we'll come back. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put the inner cover on here, and then we'll put the roof on. And if you'll notice, the roof has double bubble on it, so we do that even in the summertime so we can get a good insulation there. One thing I'm going to peek before we put the roof on, it's easier to see if, make sure all of the, okay, I'm going to need a crank to verify this, but I think they're up. So we'll go ahead and button it up, and then I can do that later. There we go. Okay, so sometimes it takes a little bit after a while, but here we go. And I'll come back and make sure these things are all in the down position. But other than that, we're done. Thanks for watching.